Hello everyone, I'm going to tackle about Drrm terms and concepts. But first, for our energizer, all you have to do is guess the word that goes with the picture on the screen. It is easy, so I hope you all get it right. First, picture. Correct answer, disaster. Second picture. Correct answer, hazard. Third picture. Correct answer, environment. Last picture. Correct answer, strategies. Thank you for answering. So now, are you ready to learn? What is the Drrm, or the Disaster Risk Reduction and Management? It is the systematic process of using administrative directives, organization, and operational skills and capacities to implement strategies, policy, and improve coping capacities in order to lessen the adverse impact of hazard and possibility of disaster. Prospective disaster risk reduction and management refer to risk reduction and management activities that address and seek to avoid the development of new or increased disaster risk, especially if risk reduction policies are not put in place. In other words, it aims to reduce the damage caused by the natural hazards like earthquakes, floods, droughts, and cyclones through an ethic of prevention of risk. Next is the definition of terms. Hazard is a dangerous phenomenon, substance, human activity, or condition that may cause loss of life, injury, or other health impacts, property damage, loss of livelihood and services, social and economic disruption, or environmental damage. Could be a potential damaging phenomenon. It could be a natural or human indigenous. So here are the example: typhoon, extreme rains, earthquake, tsunami, severe flooding, rain-caused landslide, rough seas. Next is the exposure, the degree to which the elements at risk are likely to experience hazard of events of different magnitudes. Measure of exposure can include the number of people or types of assets in an area. Vulnerability is the characteristic and circumstances of a community system or asset that make it susceptible to the damaging effects of a hazard. This may arise from various physical, social, economic, and environmental factors. Here are the examples: social inequality, poverty, unsafe housing design and construction, lack of education. Last is the capacity, the combination of all the strengths, attributes, and resources available within a community safety or organization that can be used to achieve agreed goals. Example of capacity: local knowledge and skills, land tenure, organization, support of local government, adequate income, adequate policies. The concept of the Drrm. It is the concept of reducing disaster risk through systematic efforts to assist and manage the causes of disaster, including through reduced exposure to hazards, lessen vulnerability of people and property-wise land and environmental management, and improve preparedness of adverse events. First is the preparedness. While some disasters are preventable, others may not be. When building on the activities to reduce disaster risk, the communities need to develop structures and build capacity to cope with disaster. Preparedness means improvement in capacity, knowledge, and confidence to protect people's lives from the effects of disaster. Next is the contingency planning. Disaster readiness called for contingency planning, advanced decisions about managing human and monetary resources, coordinating producers between different agencies and organizing logistics. Next is the response and recovery. During and immediately after an emergency, disaster management focuses on delivering help and interventions that can be save lives, safeguard health, and protect buildings, animals, and community property. following an initial response, efforts shift towards supporting communities as they rebuild emotionally, economically, and physically. Next is disaster relief. Disaster relief addresses the immediate and short-term needs of disaster-affected communities. It can include evacuation search and rescue mission and emergency medical assistance. So last is the rebuilding. Emergency management helps communities rebuild their lives after trauma. This involves the term efforts to restore housing, economics, infrastructure system, individual and community health. Recovery assistance may include the following: unemployment assistance, housing assistance, legal services, mental health counseling, disaster case management. That's all. I hope you learned something about me, about DRRM terms and concept. Thank you for listening.